What's up guys, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7, and I have another car from Banggood. This time, funny enough, it's a Team Associated car. Yes, Banggood have started to sell two kits on their website. They've got the 1/8 scale RC8 and also an on-road car as well. So if you want to go check them out, I'll leave the link in the description for this guy. This is the RC8 1/8 scale buggy, and I know this is not a new kit. It's been around for a long time, but hey, they sent it to me for a review, and I thought I'd show you guys because originally this is the nitro kit, but what this actually, when you actually buy it from Banggood, you actually get the brushless conversion kit as well with it inside the box. So if you don't want to run brushless, you can just use this kit. It's got all the other cool equipment that you need to just put a nitro motor in there, and it's ready to rock and roll. But it includes the brushless conversion kit, which includes a new mount and all other types of hardware that you need to smack a brushless motor in there. So yeah, pretty cool to me. Like I said, it's not a new kit. It's been around for a few years now, but it's a Team Associated, and regardless, Team Associated, in my opinion, makes some really cool RC equipment. I don't really have, I've got an old kit myself, but nothing really kind of new. So looking forward to this, and I know their buggies are, you know, top class. Even though this is old, it's probably still pretty good in the market. So if you want more information about it, check out the link in the description. It's pretty cool, and if you're still interested, check out this video. It's going to be a multi-part series. In this video I'll get it up to this running stage, and also in the next couple ones I've got to get my electronic speed controller, the brushless brushless motor, and the servo. So yeah, stick around. Hope you like the video. Here is the Team Associated RC8 1/8 scale buggy. Now this is nowhere near a new kit from my understandings. Team Associated fanboys, please let me know how long this kit's been around. Now you notice that it's a nitro engine here. Originally this kit, well, this one is the nitro version. The roller, you need to supply your own nitro motor, but included in here is the brushless conversion, which is what I want, and which is what Banggood are started to sell now. So that's where this guy's from. It's from Banggood, and they started selling Team Associated products. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, this is a new kit, but it's an awesome kit, and it's a Team Associated kit, which is what I really want. I wouldn't mind it. Well, I wouldn't mind it. I wanted a 1/8 scale buggy, and yeah, pretty sweet. So yeah, let me know exactly how long, because I wasn't too sure. I couldn't really find much information about it. But here we go. If you haven't seen it, let's go through some of the stuff here. I've read that the RC8 is a fantastic buggy, regardless of how old it is. You know, it is pretty cool. And as you can see, got a nitro motor here, but we're not going nitro. We're going brushless, of course. So that'll be in another video. I get the heart, and I need to get the brain and the servo for this guy. I was just too excited. I just wanted to have a look what we have here. So first up, woven carbon fiber tray, sealed radio box, durable 10mm thick A-arms, rubber CVA boots, fully adjustable, pre-drilled and screw-mounted wing, factory team blue, titanium turnbuckles, heavy-duty chassis with stiffener ball links, true lock kingpin system, heavy-duty CVAs with captured pins. That's cool. They're never ever going to come out. Factory team threaded, hard-coated shock bodies with 4mm gold shock shaft with rubber boots. Wow, that's a mouthful. Factory team 4mm low profile woven carbon fiber shock towers. Impressive. I'm liking it. Now yeah, Team Associated, they make awesome stuff. So the factory team RC8 has more front and rear suspension travel than any other buggy, and comes pre-assembled right out of the box. Hard coated, threaded shocks, we already read about that. Yada yada. Super strong anti-wobble wheels. Gotta love an anti-wobble wheel. Yeah, not much else to go through, guys, but yeah, let's see this bad boy. Oh yeah, yummy. Alrighty, so as you can see, there's not much else. First up on the box here we have RC10. RC10? I thought it was RC8. Oh, getting confused. Anyway, here's the electric conversion kit for the RC8, RC8T, and the SC8. Awesome. First time I've seen this, and yeah, a lot of goodies in here. Spur gears, BUGGY. Yeah, plastic. Pinion gear, battery straps, another booklet with instruction manual, double-sided tape, and this looks like another battery tray and where you put your, I think it's your ESC, all that kind of stuff, but we'll get through that later on. Nice blue colour aluminium motor mount. So in here we have 1 A-bag, spur gears check, B motor mount check, C plastic components check, Velcro straps check, pinions check, and 1 box check. Awesome. Oh wow, that's dated 2013. Holy butterballs. Alright, enough of that. This has been laying dormant for what, 5 years then? Oh, here we go. Hello. Some more goodies under here. Wow. It's got all the nitro bits in here too. Who's your dad? These are reusable cable ties. Hello, every other vendor in the world. These are the best thing ever. Who wants to fight me? Awesome! Wow, there we go. Looks cool. Even though it's so many years old, it certainly looks like any new 1/8 scale buggy that I've seen. Yeah, so far so good. Obviously you need to put your own tyres on there, but I'll just get some Prolines or Louise World pre-mounted wheels and tyres, saves me gluing. But here we go here. Looking pretty cool. As you can see, that's where you'd cut out the nitro, or the motor would come out there for cooling. You'd have to cut that out, and several other things, but pretty sweet. Shell off, Lexan body. Nice and thick. But nothing to it, just a 1/8 scale buggy shell, and I believe the newer ones are a little bit different to this, but I'm still happy. So you see this setup, and a lot of you guys might not have seen it on my channel because I do a lot of all electric. Here you have your center differential with a metal spur gear, but you have a little disc brake here. That's because when you're running nitro, when you pull on the brake, you actually activate a disc brake here with these little levers. So you got one at the front and one at the rear, and that's what the servo is connected to these. They push on that, squeezes the pads against the disc here, which looks like a composite material, and that stops it. And you can also adjust the, I think you can adjust the bias, but you don't need to do that anymore with electric. But that's a trick that the nitros have, which is pretty cool. I do love nitro. A lot of you guys might say, why I don't have nitro? Just the noise and the tuning. And I don't have the patience. I'm old now. I'm old. But there we go. Nice look at the chassis. Or countersunk, as you'd expect. Yeah, it's been sitting for a while. You can see the surface rust on some of those components. But regardless, that's just surface rust. That's no biggie at all. But everything's countersunk. It looks like it's modern day compatriots. But yeah, I'm liking the carbon fibre at the top here. Carbon fibre. It's had a steering linkage that connects the left and right together. And you can tell it's got a lot of adjustments. That's what's, I think, well known for Team Associated kits. They're race kits really, aren't they? Here is a huge sticker sheet. You can, well, you've got heaps of stuff there. Let's get this stuff out of the way. As you can see, so here we go. Here's the actual part number. So RC8 80900 RC8 factory built, or 80905 RC8 ready to run. Funny how Banggood is selling these older kits, like, you know, bringing them back. And I don't know if there's a surplus of them, not exactly sure. But here we go, 1/8 scale nitro powered buggy. So this guy will give us everything. I like these exploded views because, you know, you're probably definitely going to blow something up or break something. So it's always good to have these in stock to know where everything goes, and gives you a complete part listing as well. Now here's the instruction manual. This is super duper thick, really nice instructions, really nice diagrams, sorry. Gives you a list of everything here. You can't really go wrong with that. Check that out. Okay, let's go through some of these bags. They have a massive 5-way wrench with some other smaller tools, and looks like 3 other Allen keys. They have several other components here, but like a clutch bell, flywheel there as well. Looks like another mount of some sort, fuel tubing, So this would be, you'd use all this stuff if you were just getting it out of the kit without that brushless conversion. Everything you need here, probably part of the motor and the fuel, is here. Now in this other bag, you have several other components. So you got several linkages, different servo mounts it looks like, receiver box, your battery box tray to power your two servos, your air cleaner, filter oil, and all that other good stuff. You can't forget your antenna tube. Look at that, nice little, see, for a nitro car, you need two servos. Braking and throttle, sorry. So yeah, nice. Well, that's all the bags and that's all the good stuff. Let's just have a look quickly at this the car. Now, like I mentioned, even though it's a few years old, it still shares the same characteristics as all the modern counterparts. So, as you can see, we've got nice aluminium threaded coilover shocks. They feel really nice from the factory, as you'd expect. They do have front and rear sway bars. Nice beefy running gear all the way through. You know, it is a 1/8 scale truck, but it's not bashing it like a monster truck. So, even though they look a little bit anemic, I'm pretty sure they'll be up to the task. I'm probably just going to be putting a 4S system in here, so that'll be more than enough. You do have your nice center, your front and rear, chassis braces there, and a nice Team Associated blue there. Set a differential, but all this will come out when we put the actual brushless conversion setup in here. Everything looks normal at the rear as well. You do have nice steer there, thick, or 10mm thick A-arms at the bottom there, and also you do have your droop screws right here, so you can adjust the height and fix it permanently. You screw that in or screw that out depending on the height you want. Same shocks at the rear, and I didn't mention before, but they do have those nice rubber boots on there to stop dust and debris and all that kind of crap getting in there. The turnbuckles here are adjustable, obviously, so you can adjust your camber. And if we turn it around here, the wing apparently is adjustable there as well. There's a screw there so you can adjust it, and also at the top you can take it off, but there seems to be another position underneath there where you can adjust the position of the wing itself. Now, suspension mounts, you have 0 at the top. At the bottom here you have one more you can use on the lower A-arms here, and it also is the same at the front A-arms as well. I don't think there's anything more to say, but I think we need to put this brushless conversion kit in here, and it does have an instruction manual. If I get the instruction manual out of here, this is what we need. So all that other stuff you don't need to worry about in here. Alright, bags. I hope they didn't go broke with plastic bags. Bags in bags and bags. Here we have our little conversion kit manual. So, nitro components removed. So that's just, all this removal was going to probably get it into this state here, bar the center differential. Yep, remove that. You've got to keep the front and rear drive shafts, obviously. Remove the side guards. You've got to remove those, but it's saying to keep those. Only the RC8 and RC8T will require you to disassemble the center diff or spur gear replacement. The SC8 is already equipped with the correct spur gear. So, since I don't have the SC8, I need to make sure I change that spur gear over. No biggie, no big deal. Alrighty, so we'll go through this, and well, here we go. You got your new radio and battery tray. That's this guy here. Let's have a look at that actually. There we go. So there's your, that'll fit a decent or standard size LiPo battery, 4-cell, I presume. Your new mounts. And that is your receiver box. Yep, there's your new receiver box. Nothing to it. Hunky dory. Because there, your steering servo, I presume, will go there. Something like that. There we go, done. And yeah, alrighty. Let's get some of this sorted and let's get started on converting this old school nitro 1/8 scale buggy over to brushless power. Stuff using my hand. There we go. Yes, I was saying remove the 4 bottom screws that hold the center diff. Simple one next, got to remove these 2 guards off the side of the chassis. You've got to make sure you don't chuck these, you don't chuck them to the curb, you've got to actually keep them because you want to put them back on later. And the left one here, you just cut off this fuel tubing. It's like a little bracket that'll stay, just like that. All right, next step, got to disassemble this whole, well, the center bulkhead teardown. So basically I've got to get to that center differential and get rid of that metal spur gear and put the new one that we need for the brushless conversion. Okay, now you have to take off, you have to undo these 4 screws so you can pop off that whole housing there, and you get 2 options. You get a 50 tooth and you also get a 40 tooth spur gear that you can use. I'll probably just use, sorry, not a 40, a 46 I believe. So it's easy, pop it off, and if you do lose any of the differential oil in there, you want to just make sure you top it off just around those gears like that. Now the sun gear here you have to remove, but you have to keep that because you're going to install it again later. But that gasket there you don't need because it gives you another one included in the kit just there. I think it's slightly thicker. So pull all that out, and it tells you in the instructions what to do, but yeah, make sure you've got to keep that little pin, and I'm going to use that again later as well. And 2 more things you also need to keep. There's an O-ring and a diff washer in there as well, so when you pull this out, just grab them from there. You'll see them there, just reuse them, and yeah, you're good as gold. Okay, so there you go. You've got to make sure you use the existing bearing as well, and it's pretty easy. Line everything up, push it all together, and it should be a nice fit. Goes in as easy as that. Or you can put the bearing on the spur gear. As you see, feet, got to make sure there's a little washer there, little rubber, sorry, not washer, little rubber O-ring. Got to make sure that's seated on the original one as well. I think it just helps seal out any schmoo getting out of there. So once that's done, you've got to get the original O-ring that you took out from the metal geared one, that bad boy. Slide that down, and also the diff washer as well. Now there seems to be 2 diff washers. It doesn't say 1 or 2, so it came out with 2. So I guess I'll put those 2 back in. If it's a little bit tight, I guess we know why. So then we can put the little outdrive pin back in. That's most important, just there. And then we can get our sun gear, pop that back in, and you're good to go. There we have the whole set up back again now. Placement gasket, which is 0.8mm thick. Like any other gasket, that's just going to go there. No big dealio. Line the holes up. You can also drop some silicone, a couple of drops of silicone oil there, or the diff oil, so it holds it in place, so when you actually moving it around, it doesn't move onto you, so it kind of just sticks there for the meantime. Once those 2 are back together, you line everything up and drop it down, and you are good to go. You can always put that there as well, really. Doesn't really matter, as long as the oil's sufficient and everything's lined up. Sweet. So you get the deal. Just put these back in and move on to the next step. And I was looking at what's the actual difference apart from the material, but obviously the same diameter, but when you look at it on the side, the cross section, yeah, wow, it's much thicker, the plastic gear. So I'm sure you'll be able to get replacement metal gears of these, but we'll see how long that guy lasts. But yeah, there we go. So the next step is, now that's all installed, we just have to install it into the mounts there. So you've got 2, looks like plastic mounts wedged together, and then install it into the aluminium metal. Okay, now the next step, we've got to actually attach this into the motor mount. So looks like you're going to sandwich it in between one end and slide it into the blue aluminium motor mount. Easy. Now once your diff is complete, you've got to use the new aluminium motor mount that you get. That's a nicely blue anodized colour, and you also got to recycle 2 of the ones that you took out before, and these are just 2 pieces that come apart. And you just want to make sure that you put in the right way. As you can see, it's kind of larger on one side. I can get that in there. It's got a large diameter, and that's to cup in that bearing and hold it in there. And that's all you need to do. Put them in there. They just squeeze together. That goes in there. You have to pay attention to the direction. It gives you a certain direction, and then you top it off with this carbon fibre plate they had from before as well. So tap all them in. You've got to use 2 screws that you used for taking out originally. These 2 long ones, and you also got to use 2 new ones. I think they're 8mm cap head screws, and make sure you use blue Loctite in the top there. And that's it. And once that's done, you've got to put it into the car. I'll do that, And also an important point, when you get this kit, you make sure you got to use your spacer. That goes onto the bottom of the floor here, lifts it up a little bit, and then gives you enough clearance for that spurgy to move. Sit it on there, and that's good. So I'll lock all that away, and then we'll move on to the next step, which I think is the battery tray. And there we have it, all locked in. At the front it goes into plastic, so I don't need Loctite, but these rear two, you got to make sure you use some Loctite on there, just some blue Loctite, but that's how it should look. Everything is nicely, well, not looks nice actually. Spins freely. Want to make sure everything spins freely. That's the main thing. That's it. Looks good. Let's go check out the battery tray. So next step, that's a pretty boring one. I don't really need to show that. Is just getting the battery tray all sorted there. As you can see, ESC mounted. That's got to be in the next episode because I don't have that yet, and all that other good stuff. So I think this will be all for part 2. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this first video because the battery tray, I'm going to wait for all the electronics to come. I might have a spare cheater motor from a JLB cheater, and I think it's 120 amp ESC, so I might be able to put that in there to get this video up and running, or get this car up and running, sorry. But yeah, awesome car. I know it's old, I've said it so many times, RC8, but you know, trip down memory lane. It still looks modern, it still looks awesome, and I still think it would perform and be on par with, you know, I guess current generation manufacturers as well. I'm not too sure about the latest iteration of these or what's been changed, but yeah guys, leave it down, leave it down in the comment section, let me know, because yeah, I'm not too familiar with Team Associated, albeit I know that they are awesome cars. So thanks guys, link is in the description if you want to go check this out. Please leave your comments down below, let me know about this car, let me know what you think, and also if you have this car, what have you changed, what do you recommend, or you know, overall what do you think of this kit. So thanks guys. If you like the video, give it a good old thumbs up. If you haven't, please subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you get notified of all the good stuff.